Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It is December 22nd, 2022. We're in the New Testament, and we are in the book of Revelation, and we're going to read chapter 13 today. Okay. Now, talking about symbology and symbolic language and everything means something, we're really getting deep into that stuff. And like I said, you can write books and books and books about all the different meanings and what this means and that means. We're not getting into any of that. We're just looking at that big overall epic picture, good versus evil. And I think once you understand that, then you can move into trying to decipher stuff if you really want to. You can spend your whole life trying to decipher that. Main thing is, don't get so up trying to figure out, oh, these got 7 horns. What do the horns mean? What does each one of the horns mean? And not see the big picture. The big picture here, we have the dragon, which is Satan, and he's calling up a beast, and that beast calls up something else. So you look at the Trinity, Father, Son, Holy Ghost. That's kind of what it was being mirrored. So Satan is trying to counterfeit God's creation. That's basically what we're seeing here. So every time you see Satan do something, think about, well, how does that relate to God? And you go, oh, okay, so he's trying to copy it. Like it says, the beast has been wounded unto death, but then it rises up. So he's trying to mimic that resurrection of Jesus and say, oh, look, see, I'm just as good as God. But he's not. And his days are numbered. So let's go ahead and we're going to read Revelation chapter 13. Then I saw a beast coming up out of the sea. It had 10 horns and 7 heads. On each of its horns there was a crown, and on each of its heads there was a name that was insulting to God. The beast looked like a leopard, with feet like a bear's feet and a mouth like a lion's mouth. The dragon gave the beast his own power, the throne and his vast authority. One of the heads of the beast seemed to have been fatally wounded, but the wound had healed. The whole earth was amazed and followed the beast. Everyone worshipped the dragon because he had given his authority to the beast. They worshipped the beast also, saying, "Who is like the beast? Who can fight against it?" The beast was allowed to make proud claims which were insulting to God, and it was permitted to have authority for 42 months. It began to curse God, his name, the place where he lives, and all those who live in heaven. It was allowed to fight against God's people and to defeat them, and it was given authority over every tribe, nation, language, and race. All people living on the earth will worship it, except those whose names were written before the creation of the world in the book of the living, which belongs to the Lamb that was killed. Listen then, if you have ears, whoever is meant to be captured will surely be captured. Whoever is meant to be killed by the sword will surely be killed by the sword. This calls for endurance and faith on the part of God's people. And then I saw another beast, which came up out of the earth. It had 2 horns like a lamb's horns, and it spoke like a dragon. It used the vast authority of the first beast in its presence. It forced the earth and all who live in it to worship the first beast, whose wound was healed. The second beast performed great miracles that made fire come down out of heaven to earth in the sight of everyone. And it deceived all the people living on earth by means of the miracles which it was allowed to perform in the presence of the first beast. The beast told them to build an image to honor of the first beast that had been wounded by the sword and yet lived. The second beast was allowed to breathe life into the image of the first beast, so that the image could talk and put to death all those who would not worship it. The beast forced all the people, small and great, rich and poor, slave and free, to have a mark placed on their right hand or on their forehead. No one could buy or sell unless he had this mark. That is the beast's name or the number that stands for the name. This calls for wisdom. Whoever is intelligent can figure out the meaning of the number of the beast, because the number stands for a man's name. Its number is 666. May God bless the reading of his word. May God bless you. Bye.